Kevin, just one for you real quick. There's a, physical side of the game. Talent is important in big ball games, but I'm curious your perspective as you've matured over the years, the mental aspect of these, important postseason games. And in this case, it's a play-in, which is unique.
What my mindset is?
The mental side of willpower and out a game like
I've learned over my course of my career what works the best is just to play free mentally, not think too much about the results of the game. Obviously, the game plan and all that stuff. You focus on that, but the regular season has gotten us prepared, for this time. So it's about just resting on what we learned throughout the year, resting on who you are as a player, and just playing free mentally. And I think that's what all the best teams do around this time is, lean on what you've been working on all season. So we're looking forward to this opportunity, and it was the first step into us getting in the playoffs. So we got to take care of business.
This is a twofold from a smaller sense. I mean, have you noted that teams have doubled you more, Steve, and that the teams are doubling, being more willing to double? Have you noted that this year? Have you got more of that?
Yeah. I mean, I've noticed. I mean, I feel like it's a difference between like shadowing somebody or just being in the area of someone and full out doubling and just straight out selling out to stop somebody. And I feel like I've been playing amongst those three things throughout the whole season. And each coach is going to throw something different at me each game. Sometimes I come down court and I see the whole team just staring in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that's a tough position to be in, So, I just got to make the right reads. I turned the ball over. I had some wild turnovers this year, but for the most part, I thought I did a good job of finding guys and, playing the game a little slower and seeing things develop before they actually do. And, so I think it was good for me to get that type of coverage early in the season, which is going to prepare me for what's about to happen.
And from a team perspective, obviously you guys have had kind of a crazy season, guys, in and out of the lineup, big trades. But for you guys to finish the season the way you have and to finally have some clarity on where you are in the standings, who you're playing when, just how good does that feel?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, it was an up and down last two seasons for us. It just felt better last year because we were a 1 seed going into the playoffs, but we were just playing better, as a group. But we still had to deal with a lot of injuries and just an up and down year, COVID. So in this year, it was just trades, injuries, but that's just the NBA. And I like how we all persevered through from the guys on the floor to front office, just everybody around our organization just, stuck together through the tough times. And now we're here. It's an opportunity to go compete for a championship. So, that's where you want to be at around this time of the year. And we know all of that stuff is going to build character in this organization. So, in the moment, it sucks going through some of that stuff, but when you look back on it, it definitely has made us better as a group.
You guys, once you get out of college, don't get a chance of playing a lot of one-game tournaments, single elimination type stuff. You've played a billion of these Olympic type games where it's one game. And how do you feel about this?
Yeah, Game 7s and Olympics. Just go play. I mean, can't put too much pressure on yourself. You understand how important the game is already. So the best thing to do is just play free and stick to the game plan and trust in your teammates. And I think that's usually how you try to approach these games. And we'll see what happens.
Kevin, I'm curious. You've proven you have a pretty good memory. I mean, it's rare you miss your first 6, 7 shots in the game. Do you know the last time that might have happened?
No, I don't. And shit, feel like last week I did that. Yeah, that sucked, man. I mean, I just had the wrong approach to scoring tonight. I just hate how I approached it, but I'm glad I was able to make a few later on. But I don't want to go 0 for 6, 0 for 7 to start any more games.
Do you know that you were in your career high range assist-wise, or did someone tell you or something?
Oh, yeah, of course I knew. Yeah.
Kevin, are you a fan of the play-in tournament?
I mean, I really didn't have any thoughts about it, to be honest. I mean, it is what it is. Gives the extra two teams. Am I right? Two teams opportunity to try to compete for the spot. It's cool. I mean, fans like it. No complaints from me.
You think Kyrie was just saying somebody in the league office is sitting there looking at last year with Steph and LeBron, now you guys in it, and somebody saying, yes, this works. Do you think it's good for the game?
The product on the court it depends on how the games are, the format of the playoffs and all that stuff don't really matter. It's about the product on the court and the players on the floor. And I'm sure there'll be some good basketball out there with the talent we have in this league.
Kevin, Kyrie said that he called you PG from PG today, and I'm just wondering if the defenses that you faced this season, if you would say that they've made you a better playmaker this year.
Since 2012, I've been around 5 assists a night. So this is not. It's been 10 years of this. I feel. So I feel like I've been an elite passer since then. 2013. So yeah, I mean, some people might start recognizing now because I got more popular and more people know me. But just like last game, a few of my friends like, yo, you start shooting one-leg shots. I'm like, what the fuck? Where y'all been? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about my passing too. A lot of people just either focus just on my scoring or haven't really focused on me at all as a player. So I expect to come out there and make the right reads and get my teammates good looks. So it's nothing new to me. Yeah, I was always. I mean, I had a growth spurt, so I was 2 guard, point guard, dribble a ball when I was like 7th, 8th, 9th grade. So once I got to 10th grade, I grew to about 6'8", so 6'7", and I guess that stuff stayed with me. But also just being from PG County, Washington D.C. area, like everybody just walks around with a basketball all the time, like it's just in us. So pause. So yeah.
Just one more since you brought up the one-leg jumper, because I've been meaning to ask about that and your perspective on improvisation on a basketball court, because some feel like, oh, we pulled this out and we haven't seen it before, but just behind the scenes, how much work goes into things that people look at, always just improvising out there on the court.
Yeah, repetition is the father of learning. I feel like just do stuff over and over again, simply. Just what you do the most is what you're going to be best at. So if I want to be good at something, I just try to do it over and over again until I feel like I got it right, and that's how I feel on my jump shot and fall away jump shot, different types of shots that I try to perfect, I just do it over and over again. I mean, you never know. It's just, I never know. It's just a feel thing, and try not to predetermine or telegraph anything out there. It just happens. So it's gonna be times where I try to force it, but just as long as I got it in the toolbox, I feel cool.